The sides of a triangle are given as 4, 5 and 8 units. Find the angle measure of the greatest and the least angle. Okay, let us begin. First, what we'll do, we're going to consider an oblique triangle. An oblique triangle is the one whose sides are not equal. Clearly, we have the triangle having sides 4, 5 and 8. So that means it must represent an oblique triangle. So here we have an oblique triangle. Let us start with the smallest, shortest side of the triangle. So we're going to denote it by the letter A in lowercase. So that's equals to 4 units. Then the next side we're going to denote it by the letter B in lowercase, so that's going to be 5 units, and the remaining side or the third side, that is going to be denoted by C in lowercase, and that has a measure of 8 units. Now let's also define the angles of the triangle. Now the angle which is opposite to side A equals to 4 units, that is going to be denoted by the letter A in uppercase. Then we're going to consider the side B. The angle opposite to that side is going to be denoted by B in uppercase, and the remaining vertex is going to be denoted by C in uppercase. Okay, now let's note down whatever we have been provided with. Now we need to find out the greatest and the least angle. Now, what is the shortest side of the triangle? This is going to be the shortest side. A equals to 4 units and C equals to 8. This is the longest side of the triangle. Now we know for a fact that the angle that is opposite to the shortest side, that is going to give us the smallest angle. So here we can say that angle A, which is the angle opposite to A equals to 4 units, is the smallest angle, or you can say it's the least angle. It's the least angle, and the longest one will be the angle C, because that is the angle opposite to the longest side. So angle C will be the greatest angle, will be the greatest of the 3 angles. So our goal will be to determine the value of the angle measure of angle A and angle C. Okay, let us begin. So what we'll do here, we are going to take the help of the law of cosines. Now, with taking the help of the law of cosines, we can find out cosine of angle A as well as cosine of angle C. Let's talk about cosine of angle A first. Cosine of angle A, this is going to be a ratio. In the numerator, what we'll do, we're going to consider the sides that are adjacent to angle A. So those are B and C. What we'll do, we're going to take the sum of the squares. So we're B squared plus C squared. And from the sum, we're going to subtract the square of the third side, that means A squared, divided by 2 times the product of the adjacent sides. We have B times C. That's how we define cosine of the angle A using the law of cosines. Similarly, we can also define cosine of the angle C. So cosine of angle C is going to be, take the adjacent sides, so those are A and B. We need A squared plus B squared. And from here, we're going to subtract C squared, divided by 2 times the product of the adjacent sides. Okay, now that we have the values of A, B and C, let's substitute this value. So B squared is going to be 5. So B, we get 5 squared plus C squared, so that's 8 squared, minus A squared, so that's 4 squared, divided by 2 times 5 times 8. Next, we have cosine of C. So that is going to be equals to, we need A squared plus B squared, so we have 4 squared plus 5 squared minus 8 squared, whole divided by 2 times 4 times 5. Okay, let's further simplify. So cosine of A, that comes out to be equals to 73 over 80. And cosine of C, so that comes out as negative 23 over 40. Now, what we need here is the angle measure of A and C. Now, all you have to do is take the inverse cosine function on both sides. So A is going to be equals to cosine inverse of 73 over 80. And C is going to be equals to the inverse cosine of negative 23 over 40. Okay, so we'll use a calculator to plug in our value. So A comes out to be 24.15 degrees and C measure comes out to be 125.1 degree. So here we have successfully obtained the greatest and the least angle. So angle A, that's 24.15 degree. So we can say thus the angle measure of the greatest and the least angles are 125.1 degree and 24.15 degree respectively.